right, welcome to the Patriot Hour for Saturday evening. It's Saturday, the 29th of September. Thanks for joining in. If you're new to the channel, if you've been with us, we appreciate it. If you're new, please subscribe, toggle the switch, maybe ring the bell, toggle the switch to work with you and your device. After the video, take a look in the description box, take a look in the comment section, maybe leave a comment, but other than leaving one, take a look. Some of the greatest patriots around the globe, around the country, right here on this channel to help you, guide you, point you in the right direction, and you can do the same. We just try to put out the facts here for you guys to connect, look at all the facts, connect the dots, and do your own research. We promote that here, so keep that in mind. We've got a special treat for you tonight. We got Ben here in the studio with us.
It's good to be out here in the studio. All right.
We got we do have some new cue we're gonna jump into here. I think it was just this. We're gonna have like a couple posts. I think there was one we wanted to go over again before this one, but we'll go straight to the newest one here for those of you wanting it. Post 2296. This came at 1335. We got the Donald J. Trump.
RedOc.png, Red October PNG.
That's what they're calling it. Ooh, look how small that gets. It's awesome. Just started tonight our 7th FBI investigation of Judge Brett Kavanaugh. He will someday be recognized as a truly great justice of the United States Supreme Court. So, all right. He's sticking up for his pick, as expected. We got a C-SPAN article link here. We'll go to that in a minute. But in the brackets, he's going to tell us, look at the 102.40 to 103.35 area. The truth is right in front of you. Conspiracy label in brackets. We had the votes. Swamp fighting back. Evil knows no bounds. Prepare. Red October. So this must be a video.
He wants us to go to a certain timestamp.
Grab. Copy. So 102.40.
To 102.40 to 103.35. Can't believe it's his 7th FBI investigation.
Oh, that's
7th. I mean, at what point in time is this guy gonna get exonerated?
well. Oh, okay. I know. This is.
In the Senate today, work expected to consider legislation dealing with the Federal Aviation Administration.
Trying to pull it up. There we go. So let me get this queued up. What was it, 102?
Yeah, 102.40 to 103.35, I believe.
Senate will be in order. The chaplain, Dr. Barry Black, will lead the Senate in prayer.
Where are we at? We're at
Let us pray. Infinite Spirit, Creator of heaven and earth, the sea.
Said she came to be helpful. She wants to be coming out. Mr. President, is that how someone acts if they truly...
51. I said 102.
Yeah, 102.40.
I can't see it real well, but here.
We'll get it for you there, folks.
Earlier this week was this
executive process. The president is obligated to consult
the administration to what has to go on with legislators on Capitol Hill. How does that work?
Secretary Pompeo made reference to it the other day.
And refused to give us straight answers. He would not call for an FBI investigation. He repeatedly stated that the other people who were at the gathering where Dr. Ford was attacked had, to quote him, rebutted her testimony. That is not true. His alleged accomplice in the attack, Mark Judge, claimed he didn't remember a far cry from rebutting her statement.
got about a minute, folks. So yeah, seventh investigation, unbelievable.
Yeah, it's still outrageous what they're doing, and we're gonna see here what Q wants us to see here in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'll turn it up at the 102:30 mark, so we'll have 10 extra seconds before the
what Q's wanting us to super.
102:40 to 103:35. Okay, here we go, folks. Let's listen in.
Evening, end quote. In fact, even though she doesn't remember, Leland Kaiser says she believes Dr. Ford's account. In addition to making misleading statements, which is a pattern with Judge Kavanaugh, he accused the Democratic senators of coordinating a plot to sabotage his nomination. Clearly, he was speaking to an audience of one, President Trump, a nominee for the Supreme Court, so rattled that he would buy into a vast conspiracy theory is astounding and dangerous. Let's not forget his exact words. Judge Kavanaugh said, and I quote, "This whole 2-week effort," he said, "has been a calculated and orchestrated political hit, fueled with apparent pent-up anger about President Trump and the 2016 election, fear that had been unfairly stoked about my judicial record, revenge on behalf of the Clintons, and millions of dollars in money from outside left-wing opposition groups." End quote.
Millions of dollars.
With that nakedly political screed, Brett Kavanaugh showed us who he really is: a partisan political operative with an agenda. The very worry that kept him from confirmation to the D.C. Circuit for 3 years. His own words reinforce the concern that I and many of us here have.
All right.
Wow. So the whole there was a group of people working against him, and there was a conspiracy. Do you see how she was shaking?
Yeah,
her
this
hand?
Maisie Hiranio.
Conspiracy label in the brackets, Q tells us. And the truth is right in front of you. When she said that these people with making these accusations and this weren't being heard, and this is just, it's hilarious.
Yeah, it is. It's
we have the votes, Q was telling us. What's quite clear, we have the votes to push him through, to get, we were all waiting for that, folks. That's what we were waiting for.
Well, I want to bring up another video. Let me see here how to do this. What's the best way to approach this? Take this, bring it down. We'll shut this down. So, what have you seen? You guys seen the Joe Biden that's floating around? The Joe Biden 1990 FBI. Watch this one, then we'll see if I can find it here. There it is. Found it right away. It's only 1:26. Let me grab this, copy, and shut that down.
Yeah, this is a pretty enlightening clip.
The next person that refers to an F, and the last thing I'll point out. The next person that refers to an thing I'll point out. The next person that refers to an FBI report as being worth anything obviously doesn't understand anything. FBI explicitly does not, in this or any other case, reach a conclusion. Period. Period. So, Judge, there's no reason why you should know this. The reason why we cannot rely on the FBI report, you wouldn't like it if we did. Because it is inconclusive.
We hooked on phonics.
They say he said, she said, and they said. Period. So when people wave an FBI report before you, understand, they do not reach conclusions. They do not make, as my friend points out more adequate, they do not make recommendations.
See how he's being
Judge.
very precise? Yes. So it was quite clear there that the FBI has a very clear role.
They don't do
recommendations.
but that's what I thought. Like, they do an investigation, then they turn things over to the DOJ with a recommendation. I thought, but not of I don't know about charges, because that's not their.
The FBI do?
They do investigations. They don't get into the legality things. They're not we're going to take them to court. We should be able to win on this angle. I mean, they shouldn't be doing. They shouldn't be partaking in that.
Yes, they should. They should separate themselves.
Yeah.
This is what we have.
Well, so that's why with the not to cut you off, but the Loretta Lynch, she came out a week before Comey, like they all knew. It's like, well, whatever the FBI gives us, their paperwork and all their investigation, what we're going to take, the FBI's recommendation on this one. So they do recommend. I don't know where that ever came from or why she shoved it back at them to give us a recommendation.
That's interesting.
That is interesting, but if that's what he's screaming about back then.
Biden's clearly saying that the FBI's job is to go investigate,
turn over all evidence,
and then it's the DOJ, the prosecutor's decision to be like,
go
am I
through
going to
all
move
that.
forward?
Yes.
What can stick? What can't stick? Yes. And so it's like,
we know how this. Yes, folks, what is going on here?
Yes. What is crazy?
That is true. What is going on in this whole little system with that? All right, see if there's any new updates, and if not, we'll go to this other one. So
I just still can't. It's so hilarious because you can see the. All right, we've got some new posts, folks. New Q drops and breadcrumbs.
So we went over that one. We'll go to
2297.
Get it on the screen here. Let me get it a little bigger and let Ben read this one. Get it to 175.
I always love Q drops and some breadcrumbs to go over.
There it goes.
So cool. It just came at 15:04. I mean, literally during where you're here with us, folks.
All right, go ahead.
2297. Twitter has been given the green light to blanket censor all content deemed to be threaten their survival, in the brackets, election. Google, Facebook will follow. Expect comms blackout attempts. POTUS Twitter. In the brackets, rogue employee excuse, or what would you say there? Execute or?
No excuse. Yes, look, you're gonna have Twitter. They got the green light to just do whatever they can to blanket and censor at all costs, because they're survival. We're at the last ditch. If we're gonna survive, we got to do this. Google, Facebook will follow. And then, like you said, expect comm blackout attempt on POTUS again. It already happened once.
Yep.
And then they're going to blame another rogue employee excuse, like last time.
And so then he goes on to tell us exactly, welcome to the police state. They know if they lose it, it's over. The time to fight is now.
Ooh.
Yeah, good versus evil. Humanity is at stake. Drop the memes. Silent majority no more. Be loud. You have a voice. You are registered, aren't you? Question mark.
Vote
them all. Prepare. Red October. We stand together. Q. So he does it Red October, kind of like the whole red wave, if you will. And then there's another one.
2298. We got a picture. Looks like probably inside Air Force One. Splash 1-X. Air G _ patrol _ high. Check _ in _ Z. Ooh, in brackets, DES _ TFC 381. So now the reason these get given, folks, and people are like, what are these? Well, these are originals. That's the whole thing. There's ways to take these pictures, put them out on the internet, and test them against every single uploaded photo that's ever been made.
Period. Yes.
And then if it comes, you can see that it's an original photo. Now,
yeah, stock photo has very original pixels. How it comes out, they're very unique. When it hits the World Wide Web, if you don't label it yourself, there'll be a generic labeling. And there's a track record of how any content gets in or off. And so when they do this, exactly what Mike was telling you, and of course this looks like either some type of, Air Force One or an executive liner or something of this nature.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, that definitely looks like some type of very executive, you know, you're doing lots of business, there's screens around you, you know.
Looks like there's some trash in there. Just joking.
I mean,
All right.
And what's the picture's name? Alert, BAHW by 71Z9.png. Now, what do we have? Check-in, Z. So the picture Z. Now, Splash, you know, maybe from our military days that would donate something leaving at high altitude and hitting a target. Thus, Splash. So I don't know if that has anything to do with that.
So 2298 is the last one right now. We're doing another update. And that the 2298, folks, that came at 1516, which is crazy. So 3.
Yeah, and again, we wish we can get it more like literally real time, but we get them as fast as this, you know, the .pub or this board is updated. So, man, that's crazy. Crazy, dude.
All right, so we don't have any new as a moment. Let's go back to 2292.
Now, this is probably going to shed a little bit of light on some things as well. I think that's why Mike and I want to go back over this one.
2292 came at 2330 on the 27th.
So this was pretty late at night. What, about 11:30 at night, almost.
All right, let me bring this down here.
That's cool. I'll work. Yeah.
There you go.
So we have a little kind of a breakdown.
Make it a little bigger for you.
Nice. Sweet. That'll work.
Okay, then I want to open up a desktop capture for myself on that one. That's, I think, play 2. There it is. And I want to generally make that widescreen. And I'm going to bring that over for you guys. All right, so now I'm up on it. All right, so what we have here is request fulfilled. Donald Trump. Let's start. Where does it start with? So what do we have here? We got a Q&A, right?
There was and there was an ID number, so we have that, and that tracks down. And then there was a another Q post, you know, deliver more. This was
what is this?
9/19/2018. This is one of the breadcrumbs. One of the anons had said something on 9/19/2018, and they put can POTUS tweet a misspelling with a Q. That's what they were asking, because Trump's tweets, when he was tweeting, he had misspelled the word accused, and he used a Q to on the tweet below, and one of the anons on the board were asking, you know, can POTUS tweet a misspelled word with Q? And then arrows point down, and then it was 2 tweets.
So the very first one that starts with, we just have this Q&A, and then we have CM, please divert more resources and bandwidth to the board. It's not board owner. I can't remember what CM is. It's the, but then you have 309. This guy's comment comes down, and then you have can POTUS tweet a misspelling with Q. And that was at 9/19/2017, 9/37. A couple days later, the Democrats are working hard to destroy one of man acquisition. And it's missing the Q, by the way. He puts a Q in. Look at that.
Yeah, he drops the C and adds a Q.
Oh, come on. Request fulfilled. So you see what happened here, folks? And then you get Q after that. Misspellings matter. So
what they were asking is to see if Trump was a part of Q.
Again,
and that's another slap in your face.
It's kind of like the tippy top, all right? We had that early on when they said, can we get Trump to say tippy top? Well, he ended up saying tippy top on the mic, so it gets back to him. Can we get Trump with a picture of water? And he had water shortly after. We held it with a couple hands, I think. And then he did it in a funny manner where the news would talk about him holding water.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, like why did he hold water in such a weird manner? This guy's having issues
he was
holding
requested
water.
to hold water.
By who? So yeah, this was and again, we were
So yeah, there Trump puts in, not only does he misspell, he instead of the CC, he put a CQ. Now look at your keyboards and stuff. The Q is nowhere near the C.
This wasn't a fumbling, and by the way, there's auto check, and there's it's interesting. Now this was posted at 9:37 p.m. on the 24th of September 2018, and then he reposted the exact same post.
Well, he corrected it. And how many minutes later? 17.
Okay, guys. I mean, this is why we wanted to get back to this, because this, again, is yet another slap your face proof that, okay, we know that the POTUS is working here. He's working with him. He's using basic gematria 17 minutes later.
The very basic form of gematria is Q equals 17, A equals 1, 2 equals B. Now, if you want to get a little fancy, you could shift those by one variable. So we're talking Z is 1 now, and
Y is 2. I mean,
that's going backwards, or you can shift it to be where Z is 1. Maybe now you're cycling A is 2, 3 is B, and now everything's off. But that would be
you can go digits of 10, deca. I mean, you can go. So
yes, folks.
So when this is why we were saying this all the time. This is why this is very easy. We've given a shout out to other individuals who get deeper in the gematria of the Q post when stuff comes out, the tweets and things of this nature, even down to the pixelization of each picture, because it goes that far too, folks. The size of the picture, the name of the picture, what each of it means, and it's all pretty powerful. And so again, this one, Mike and I, it's been a little bit kind of crazy, and we were kind of, a lot of us were not let down, but we were bummed out. We knew that the Democrats were going to do this. They were going to throw some type of monkey wrench in there, do everything they could. We had the votes, so I just think it's hilarious. And here's yet another little proof. I don't know. Just another nice little clear proof that just let you know that
come back in here freshly just to see if it any new updates before we drop this one off. We're about the 24-minute mark. Looks like no new updates. All right, folks. Let's recap on that. That's good stuff. Positive. Kind of like that's the ultimate. Like they said, the ultimate.
That's just a nice
request.
little treat. That's this little brownie for you guys.
Just something for you to,
sweet tooth to gnaw on.
Yeah. Other than that, folks, we got to keep this. Hopefully, I don't know when the next. So is it this coming Friday would be the next when we're getting Kavanaugh? Is it 1 week delay? So it was this Friday to next Friday. Is that what they're talking?
Yes. They wanted a week delay so they could have more, I guess. Time to get their more shammed up, and maybe have extra shams involved, and hopefully there's some more sham going on. So I think they got a week of shamness before they're not going to allow any more dilly-dallying around. And I think that's quite interesting, by the way, where Q was definitely talking about trust Grassley.
Yes.
And if you think about it, and this is something that we were doing more garage talk, was if Grassley's giving them every opportunity that you can possibly imagine to bring Kavanaugh down, and all they have is nothing, isn't it that the false lies, or their false accusations, make them that much bigger and make these guys that much more of like blabbermouth liars?
Yeah. Well, one big thing is we don't want to, folks. We don't want to go down a path, a road of he, or, I can say, somebody going to yell that day in court, well, he raped me, or she, it could be a guy, she raped me. Well, when? I don't remember. Well, where? I don't remember that. How did you get there? I don't remember that. How did you leave? I don't remember that. Who was there? Well, these 4 people. And then they go to those 4 people and they all say, well, I know him. I kind of know him, but I don't remember any party. I don't ever remember any situation like that. It's pretty much nilched at that point. And then if the accused is saying I didn't do it, and the person is saying they did, it's at that point.
It's a he said, she said.
He said, she said, but we know for a crime you have to have some kind of unfortunate, facts and evidence and things that point to, and not just only it. And it's at this point 37 years ago, or whatever. So that's really unfortunate. Again, like I've heard, I believe it too. She probably really does. Maybe something did happen. I believe something did happen with her. I don't think it was Kavanaugh. I don't know, and I think she really maybe thinks it in her head it was him, and it just wasn't. Or who knows on that? But she don't. Unfortunately, there's no evidence at this point. There's no digital record. They're talking about looking at really old phone records, actually landlines, and seeing if there's a way that they can somehow, if there's some record left and kept.
How do you even have that? I mean, that's just crazy. Well, here's something else to think about: is it Dr. Ford's?
Well, remember how we
GoFundMe?
used to have Star 69? That was always probably available to them for 20 years beforehand, before we were able to use it as a privilege type thing.
Exactly. I mean, maybe they do have some way to go back and they have the records. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. That's crazy.
I mean, that's a lot of records if they do. But you always think about, look at how much her GoFundMe account has.
Oh yeah, 900,000 as of today, folks. I mean, that's what's. She did this, and basically got $1 million. What would you do for $1 million? Would you do this for $1 million? Remember that?
Yeah. What would you do for $1 million? Well,
what would you do for $1 million?
And I think capping this off too, and this goes back when we were doing Garage Talk, is, folks, this is how blatantly in your face, like Q was telling us, they don't care. They think this is how really ignorant and sheeple they think you guys are, and all of us. Used to be in the day when you got paid off to go do something dirty. It was in a little envelope. It was in a brown envelope. Yes. Nowadays,
under the park bench at noon. Be there.
Be there. Yeah. Under the seat. Feel for it. Nowadays, oh no, it's in the open, dude. They're just gonna say, well, we don't. Why give up? That's too much work. We'll just go throw money at her GoFundMe account. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna get a GoFundMe account. We're gonna give you $1 million. But the GoFundMe has to be like 1.3 because they take their cut. And think about, and these people probably do multiple companies and companies of companies, and then they donate to the. I mean, isn't that interesting? She gets a GoFundMe account, and she's backed by the DNC. Like, these people are all lawyers. They're all lawyers.
At one point, if they haven't lost their right to practice, like a lot of them have, folks.
Yes, of course.
For some reason or another, and a lot of them will go in and pull it.
Yeah.
Like before something gets happened, it's like, well, I'll just go and pull my own, record.
Maybe walking away instead of getting fired.
Yes. Works most of the back in the day it worked. It was a good way. Like, if you don't, we're gonna be forced to file charges. And I talked to John, and he said if you just go away quietly,
we're just gonna
All right, that's the filth, folks. The storm is here. It's upon us. It's washing away all this filth. All right, whether it's them going away for now, there have been some fired in each little category. The political, the Hollywood, just those, the pedophile, the human trafficking. We've seen tidbits. I mean, Trump's actually hit that really hard, but the storm is here. It's washing away the filth. And we need this next week to go for us smoothly. I am just waiting on, today, tomorrow, Monday for, the next huge drop. Something that they're going to come with their fifth person. The next one's probably a real, wow, she made $1 million in like 2 days, 2 different GoFundMes.
Now, if you go all the way, you'll get $2 million.
What would you do for $1 million?
But you got to appear and actually go all the way and shed at least more than one tear.
And do you have anyone that would corroborate your story? If you can find that person, that's probably worth another $1 million. Yeah, we do.
The more airtight, the bigger your bank account get.
Yeah, that's what's scary. This one here, she pulled a few people in. I don't know if she worked with them beforehand, but it didn't seem like she did.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Her angle is, if it all came back on her, she's probably just going to play like, well, the voices in my head told me that it was him. And who knows? I don't know.
Well, or she may say the voices that was giving her money told her to.
Yeah. All the voices giving me money told me I was doing the right thing.
I was. Yeah. Well, and we know that once Kavanaugh gets confirmed, he's locked and loaded. He's Supreme Court justice.
Yes.
It's on like Donkey Kong, folks. That's when the eye of the storm is going to be passing over the Supreme Court, and it's just the eye. It's all calm. He's just sitting in, and that's when the eye of the storm passes over.
So I already say, welcome Justice Kavanaugh. Already welcoming him. All right.
Oh, he's already
gonna
aboard. So.
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool. Little setup right there.
I'm liking that for sure.
We get our talking on this way. If I'm talking, I'll go a little bit. Hey, put you in. Hey, what are you doing over there?
Hey, who's in the foreground and background?
All right. So, all right, we'll shut this one down here, folks. At the 31-minute mark, did a little Saturday night red pilling for you. Glad Ben happened to be in the area today. So
super excited. Loved being in the studio. Huge
schedules worked out. Did a little texting earlier and said if you're still in the area, swing by. He's getting ready to pop off a show, and if you could join in, and he's en route.
En route.
So here we are. It's been a great Saturday. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Kind of quiet on my end. Some little tidbits of work getting done. Always looking for the next story for sure for us to go over. But we got over the Q post. I want you guys to enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Might be back here later tonight for another show. We'll see how that goes. I'm Mike. This is a Patriot Hour. Ben, any closing thoughts or?
I just want to thank Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States, for a good laugh tonight. I know he Q posted this hive mind earlier, but it's a request fulfilled. What a great. Oh, there it is. It's coming, folks. It's here, and it's popping off all around you. Just because your house ain't shaking, don't mean our country's not.
Exactly, folks. Again, it's Q said, welcome to the police state, folks. Welcome to the police state. They know if they lose, it is over for them. So there is some last minute ditch effort attempts here, and they're going to pull all plugs out, whatever. There's nothing they won't do. So let's keep an eye. Let's stay vigilant. Let's hope things go okay this week and not too many bad actors and bad little ploys come out of it. We're in the middle of draining the swamp, and this is the deep state's last ditch effort. And again, we're talking about a blackout on some of these social medias. So we're going to stay vigilant for that. You guys get any reports of things getting moved and removed around on your social medias? Drop a comment down below. Let us know. We'll report on it. It's probably going to be a massive influx starting up here this week. Red October, right around the corner. Again, I'm Mike. This is Patriot Hour. God bless. Godspeed each and every one of you. And we'll see you back here on the next update video. Keep fighting for your rights and never give anything up to idiots. You can never get it back. Have a great evening.